Hi Scorpio, welcome to the new moon in Virgo reading for September 3rd, 2024. New moons bring in new cycles. We are direct where Mercury is concerned. Mercury has gone direct, I think on the 28th of August. And we're now in the energy of Virgo, which is about detail and particularities, little persnickety energy, but a really good time to get down to some detail. The direction the reading is going in is number one, people, kindred partnerships. It is reversed, however. Kindred partnership is about coupling, but on the reversed side, it can mean a separation of some kind. And someone or something that's been a part of your life is maybe drifting away. It can be because of physical distance from a loved one, but it can also be a little bit more severe than that. There can be a breakup, a separation from a family member, a good friend, or even a legal dispute, somebody romantic. This could be a bit of an emotional time, so make sure you take care or take some time to care for yourself, show yourself some love. This could have been your own choice, right? You've made the decision to move away, and you may have to do a little venting, but it's a release that can be empowering. So let's see where this is going with the tarot cards. The first set of cards is where you find yourself at the time of the new moon. Or if you are actively beginning something new, you can find that information here. Interesting. The second set of cards is you and what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what you're doing in regards to this situation. And the last set of cards is probable outcome. Probable because some things we are able to change and some things we are meant to experience. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's have a look here. Well, Scorpio, as usual, there are some emotional energies here with the 2 and the 3 of Cups. However, you're being Earth in this instance. This is also associated with water, the Hanged Man. That's associated with the element of water. But let's look at that 9 of Swords first. The 9 of Swords is something that's probably going through your mind quite a bit. Perhaps you've been overthinking a situation, and this could have been very planetary, right? The blanket of stars that that's kind of ruling the situation at the moment. This card asks you, if you are overthinking something, do something physical to get out of your head, because the stories that are going through your mind may or may not be true. But the idea is just to remove yourself from overthinking a situation. You are at the end of a cycle, and so you could be rehashing situations, thinking about them over and over and over again. But it could also just be a thought that gets away from you. And And I think you can have the help of friends to do this. The muses, the Three of Cups, is first of all gratitude. So things to be grateful for. But the muses are important females in your life that you can that hold you up and you hold them up. It's very possible that it can be somebody in your circle who is also having some difficulty or overthinking things. That's also possible here. Because the Three of Cups is, first of all, three is a creative number, but these are the muses. And it's the joie de vivre, the joy of life. And so you kind of, it seems to me like you can replace these thoughts that have been going over and over and over in your head with some joy and female companionship or companionship of good friends. And also to remind yourself of what it is that you're grateful for. Also, you may be occupying your mind with parties, with drinking, with enjoying the last days of summer. For somebody, wine really comes to mind here. But we are ending a cycle because we have 9 and we have 10. And now this is the spin of the wheel. It's the wheel of fortune. Life is a gamble, right? And sometimes we're at the top of the wheel and sometimes we're at the bottom. But if we're at the bottom, we will find ourselves at the top again. And likewise, if we're at the top, we can find ourselves at the bottom. But the idea here is that things are cyclical. And there is much to learn through both cycles. This is, however, very much... It's funny because if it's negatively aspected, it's life is a gamble, right? We don't know what's going to happen. If it's positively aspected, it's a lucky turn of events. And you have 2 cards. You have one that's really difficult and one that is very positive. And so it can be both in this instance. And maybe the life is a gamble brings some kind of turn of luck for you. I'll pull one more card. Yeah. It's kind of time to get out of your head, out of that worry, and into the spotlight again, especially with that Three of Cups. So you may be invited out quite a bit, and maybe it's your friends that are saying, get out of your head, get out of your head space, and come outside, come and enjoy the sun, the summer. You may be invited out with friends or inviting friends over to yours, but this is being very social, the Sun card. It's also enlightenment, and I say that because I have the Hanged Man here, and so we'll get to that in a minute. But it can also be enlightenment, but it is your inner child, right? And it's feeling joyful and invigorated and energetic and shining and healing from sort of some mental difficulties. Or it could even be mental exhaustion, you're just overworking or that sort of thing, and you need some time to enjoy life and to play a little bit. Okay. You're behaving like a King of Pentacles. This is somebody who is highly focused on their work. It is associated with Gemini. So you can be very successful at it and quite driven, I'm seeing, especially with that Knight of Swords. There's a real drive here to make your mark in the world. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is mastering his physical reality. And the Knight of Swords is driven, right? And it's a quick moving energy, and it's something that can come in quickly and leave just as quick, but it is the knight in shining armor that comes in to save the day. And it's very possible that you are this knight in shining armor. Perhaps this is not you, perhaps this is a partnership or somebody else that could be having difficulty. Let's have a look here. Or you could just be on the move. This is somebody who is constantly on the move. Okay, so you have, you have some emotional things to deal with. This is a little bit of the grieving card. It is emotional instability. Some things that didn't work out for you here with this Three of Cups that have fallen. And oddly enough, here are the Three of Cups. So it can even be like, well, a good time is over, right? Because those were the muses. And sort of, this is definitely the grieving card. And it's emotional loss. And it's a part of letting go of something, but staying in this energy too long can bring depression. And so you want to be careful of that. This is also can be associated with drinking a bit too much. And those muses are certainly enjoying life. So you could have hangovers. You could for drinking too much. Or when you are drinking, there can come up some emotional things that maybe you haven't dealt with, and they can come up if you've had, a few too many sort of things. So you want to be careful of that. And the idea here is to pivot and to see what is still good and standing in your life, and concentrate on that once you've kind of gotten over that partnership release, if you will. Because I have partnership here with the Two of Cups, that's your future. And this is a union, and you can be different people, but there is something in this partnership where the desires match up. And so this is a new union, a new partnership that you could be waiting for, or this is sort of the sacrifice card. A lot of the times it is sacrificing control. But it's kind of waiting. It's waiting for that, maybe waiting for that perfect partnership. And this card says if you wait and you wait with faith, you usually get what you want. But in the meantime, there is some sort of enlightenment here, seeing things from another perspective. And that's why I said this can be the card of enlightenment. And I think in the meantime, you're pretty socked into your work with that King of Pentacles. Seven, the frequency of 7 is ethics. And it feels to me like you want to be ethical where relationships are concerned. These are situations and people that tend to want to knock you down from your high position. However, it's a competitive card, and this card says be ethical, keep your vision on the high road, and that is how you win out of competitive energies. I think partnerships are very important to you here, but the right partnership is very important. And so I'm going to do one more card for this. You are indeed ready for a new adventure. You're taking a leap of faith, and so you may be taking a leap of faith with a new partnership here. But there are things vying for your attention, definitely. So you may have to wait a little bit, or there is some sort of sacrifice with the Hanged Man there. For somebody, I feel like you could be missing somebody in your life, and kind of rethinking it, grieving somebody who may have passed or who is no longer in your life. What does Spirit want you to know? You have service. Service with an open heart is the key to satisfaction. There's definitely somebody healing here. And that's the solar card, the sun. The sun is healing. Now, it can be from some mental things, or maybe somebody's really worried or can't quite get something out of their thoughts. But you seem to be the person who is helping here. And I say that because you have the Knight of Swords, which is, like I said, the knight in shining armor that comes in to save the day. And so you could very well be one of these people who hold somebody else up who is grieving or who is having some difficulty, and bringing some enlightenment, bringing some joy, bringing some sun and healing into somebody else's life who could be dealing with this situation. It's kindred partnership doesn't necessarily mean romantic love, okay? It can just be somebody that you love and care for. Okay. Thank you for listening, Scorpio. I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. And I wish you happy romance. Bye for now.